Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about the concept of the perfect wall in the construction industry. There is a very high risk that you will get some useful information from this video, but before we begin, I'd like to define some important terms that we must understand. Furthermore, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you a simple 3D model of the perfect wall that you can implement in your own project. It's all about creating walls that do more than just separate spaces. They keep us safe and comfortable. Think of a building like a shield that protects us from the outside world. It keeps us safe from weather and noise. When we see it as an environmental separator, we understand what should be done on the exterior side and how the building enclosure should look. Okay, but what is a building enclosure? The building enclosure is the protective covering of a structure. It includes walls, roofs, windows, and doors. The things that separates the inside from the outside. Creating a perfect wall means setting clear goals for the building enclosure. Let's explore these goals in more detail. Firstly, it must be strong and durable. It should be able to withstand various external forces, such as wind, storms, and even earthquakes. By ensuring structural strength, we create a secure space for people who live there. Next, it must be able to resist fire. Fire safety is definitely vital. The perfect wall should act as a barrier, preventing the spread of fire and giving occupants more time to evacuate safely. Fire-resistant materials and proper installation techniques help achieve this goal. After that, it must provide thermal comfort. We all want to be comfortable indoors, regardless of weather outside. The perfect wall should regulate heat flow, preventing excessive heat gain in summer and heat loss in winter. Proper insulation and efficient and efficient construction techniques contribute to maintaining proper temperature indoors. The next point is to ensure indoor air quality, or IAQ. The number one thing for our well-being is to breathe clean and healthy air. The perfect wall should help maintain good indoor quality by preventing the entry of pollutants from the outside, such as dust, allergens, and harmful gases. Simply put, it must be airtight. Another point is to offer acoustical comfort. Unwanted noise can disrupt our daily lives and impact our well-being. Imagine how your noisy neighbors are having a party and you can hear what these bastards are talking about. Or you are this type of noisy neighbor and you want to make sure that nobody will hear how you're having fun. The perfect wall should reduce the transmission of sound from the outside or from the inside, creating a quieter and more peaceful environment. The last thing is to control pests. Nobody wants to share the space with unwanted pests like insects or spiders or something like that. Australians probably got used to it, but people in Canada can still feel some discomfort by living with this kind of species. The perfect wall should have measures in place to prevent pest entry. Proper sealing of gaps and using pest-resistant materials can help keep pests out. Even if we have met all of these requirements of the building enclosure, we still have to think about its durability. To make the perfect wall, it needs to last and be easy to take care of. We must prevent water-related problems like leaks and mold. Choosing the right materials and maintaining them well is essential. To meet these goals, we use control layers. These are special materials and systems that control water, air, heat, and vapor by arranging them in the right order to ensure they work together to do their job. And now, let's take a closer look at the 3D model of the wall that will help us to visualize how it should look like from the inside.
Okay, so here is the very beginning of the model, and we are starting with a simple framing that is made of 2 by 6 studs and the plates. The reason why there is no plates at the top will be explained later. So let's assemble our wall step by step. Since we have got the framing, I'm going to add the sheeting on one side, which is just regular OSB. Then we will start adding our AVB or air vapor barrier, or in the other language it's a weather control layer, water control layer, or vapor control layer. And in my case, I have used Blueskin. It's um, it's a roll. It's a roll of the blue kind of rubber material that is applied on the walls, and it works as a perfect air vapor barrier. So using this material will help to keep walls safe out of water and durable for a very long time, especially if it's applied in the right techniques. The next thing is the insulation or our thermal barrier or thermal control layer. In my case, I've used rock wool insulation, which is 6 inches thick, and I guess this is one of the best choices on the market right now. The next thing, and the very important one, is wooden strips. The reason why it is important, I'm going to show you right now. So, if we take a look at the top, we will see that these strips are making a gap between insulation itself and exterior cladding. Why do we need this gap? Very important. In case water is coming inside the wall, there must be a proper ventilation. And this gap serves as this proper ventilation. So, using this system, we can make sure that our wall is protecting us from water damage thanks to the Blueskin, is protecting us from heat loss or heat gain thanks to the insulation. Having this gap between that is working as an airflow, that providing airflow inside the wall, helps making sure that the wall will stay dry after rainy weather or something like this. And important thing that should be added at the bottom of the wall, that is called the bug screen. If you take a closer look at the way it looks like, yep, it's just a kind of a net that will prevent any bugs inside the insulation, and at the same time, it will not stop the airflow, the movement of the air inside the wall. So all the systems will work correctly and serve its purpose. So this is the way the wall should look like in the perfect condition. If we are adding things like windows, doors, then it's going to be a bit more complicated. But in case if we have just the straight wall, it is very simple. If you follow the steps, if you follow this arrangement of control layers, we can achieve very durable and very comfortable environment inside the house. As for the structural part, um, it's not necessarily should be 2 by 6 framing or something like this. It can be any structural thing like a concrete walls, concrete blocks, or something like this. Anything will work because control layers such as Blueskin, insulation, and this airflow will protect structural part and will work as a building enclosure, as a perfect building enclosure.